Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, June 3, 2022. Today's moon can inspire a desire to balance your life in key areas, especially in your relationships. You find it natural to pay more emotional attention to your close relationships. You also find it easier than usual to put yourself in others' shoes. You're more emotionally invested in your connections, and you seek comfort or sustenance from a companion. Today and tomorrow are good for taking action on your ideas, and you're looking forward. Your confidence gets a nice boost now. Another influence with you is good for resolving a problem related to business or money through sheer determination and commitment. Don't be afraid to discuss your feelings today, even if that comes with a rebuttal. For instance, the moon continues to wander through Leo and your 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, but it will harmonize with go-getter Mars via your communication sector. Single or taken, your emotions and passions are running high, but you already know that. Moreover, the Sun will begin to approach its exact sextile to Mars, while beaming through your romantic 5th house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. Wearing your heart on your sleeve isn't necessarily your forte, but there's a first time for everything. Balancing everything may come easier than expected today. Being communicative and flexible with your work routine will be key to making the sextile between Venus in Aries and Mercury in Gemini work for you. As Venus and Mercury blend, it may be relatively easy to juggle whatever comes your way. Since Mercury is pulling your attention in a few different directions, you may find that everything works out when you lean into Venus's bold, if blunt, charm for help. Utilize this energy to communicate the direction of your workday. With all the planetary activity so far this year on the income side of the financial fence, the moon's return to your financial sector today will give money matters some much-needed attention over the coming days. This is the ordinary visit that the moon makes each month, and over the next few days will fuel your financial instincts and imagination while bringing a chance to become more emotionally and intuitively engaged. There is a world out there waiting to be discovered. Your increased dynamism will spur other people into joining in. Be flexible and spontaneous, maybe traveling to a new town or on a short journey. Rediscovering your own local area can also be very inspiring, and even more enjoyable in the company of others. You're feeling good about life, but that's not helping you make up your mind about the big issue that's staring you down. Stare back for a while, but don't worry about choosing for at least a few more days. You feel independent, open to fresh experiences. Don't be rushed too quickly into anything, even if you've a real opportunity to get to know someone new and interesting. Irrespective of whether you fall hopelessly in love or have a set plan, your love life is evolving in new ways. Try to make them the best. You can rest assured that your emotions will come out in close personal relationships under today's planetary alignment. It's likely you will be communicating a lot with people today. To feel more secure in what you say, be sure to eat well and stay away from processed sugar, which can increase your sense of urgency around emotional issues. Exercise is a wonderful way to gain perspective on tricky matters. Make some plans to get together with family today. There's a vibration happening, and this is sure to see you in the mood for this kind of interaction. If you have a day off, all the better. Perhaps a day trip to some place new would do you all a world of good. Even if you do have to work, there is always time in the evening to share things together. Quality time doesn't have to take all day. Just 11 days after retrograding back into Taurus, Mercury turns direct today, ending the second Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 and the only one that will have a direct impact on you. This has put the brakes on, but as Mercury turns direct and begins the 11-day trek back out again, it is with a lot more hindsight than you had when he first left during your birthday month. 5 days after Venus' return, heart and mind are back on the same page and looking to the future rather than the past. The moon is making its first visit to your communication sector since an eclipsing full moon in your relationship sector, and in the process forms a friendly aspect to the force that turned an ordinary full moon into a total lunar eclipse. This might be an ordinary monthly encounter, but this is not just a valuable chance to give anything exposed a voice, but is just a taste of things to come when it comes to communication on the relationship front. Our eyes in the sky. Venus and Mars are aligned in Aquarius, giving us a chance to understand the way we partner and express our innermost sentiments to others. This connection offers us the romantic world if we choose to take it. Rather than make a major declaration of love, the Aquarius energy makes us take a step back and understand our feelings at a deeper level. Perspective is everything here, so you'd better be clear about what you feel when you feel it, because the next few weeks are going to be all-encompassing when it comes to romance. These two planets share a minor aspect with expansive Jupiter, which might accelerate all possibilities and make us feel as though the world is ours to conquer. Slow your roll before making any moves. You don't have to win a race. Love is about building connections and knowing the person on a soul level. Also, Mercury and the nodes of destiny square off, which can give you a push to spread your wings and fly, but only if you are on the right track and prepared to do so. You'll have warm feelings for the people you keep close, and you can enhance your connections today. You'll be feeling sociable, and communication will be very open. Being this in touch with how you feel while also being able to convey it exactly the way you like is a blessing. However, this comes with the countering energy of the Moon-Neptune square, making things seem slightly less real. Misperception is very likely at this time, so be careful not to react too seriously to anything, and be aware that you might be more sensitive than usual. The best thing would be to put your energy into creative outlets or some other method of escaping reality. You're sure to at least be resourceful enough to come up with some problem-solving ideas. Time limitations could give you a reality check, but you could be too motivated by possible success to think much about it. At midnight, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, the moon transits the sign of its exaltation, amplifying feelings of peace, harmony, and accord. Engage in activities that stimulate your senses and allow you to commune with nature. At this time, comfort takes primacy, which means we may be more stubborn or sluggish in our movements as we linger in each moment, stopping often to smell the roses. Shortly after the moon enters Cancer, it squares Mars and Venus, stimulating our desire complexes in potentially frustrating ways. The heart wants what the heart wants, and it might now seem that what our heart wants has been denied to us. Perhaps this is a matter of unrequited feelings. Perhaps our needs have failed to be met. Perhaps we are simply uncomfortable airing romantic or gushy sentiments. We would love for things to be simple, but the extent of a circumstance's complexity makes for moodiness. We may also act a bit desperate, convinced that hearts can be changed if we simply dig in our heels and refuse to acknowledge another's interest or lack thereof. We must determine whether we are potentially hurting ourselves in our unwillingness to accept anything other than a simple answer.